What's up, everyone? It's me, Marquis Stewart, and I just want to say that I feel honored and I'm blessed and thankful to start up my show again, the Marquis Stewart Show. I just want to remind you guys this is a talk show about inspiration, and it's about letting people tell their story because everyone has a story, and it's all about how they tell it. So, how this is going to work. I have people that I'm going to interview, and they're going to tell their story. We're going to have some fun and everything like that, and then we're going to have a topic of the day. So I just want to start today's show off with Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj, I feel like she's inspirational too, and she has a lot of fans, and she's become so big in the past 5 years. So I don't know if you guys know, but she released the cover of her single, Akanda, and a lot of people are talking about it. Like, it's the number one thing. Like, it was all up down my news feed. So, this picture right here of her, that picture. Now, I don't know how old Nicki Minaj is, but she's a woman now. I know that for a fact. But I feel like people should let her live how she wants to live, And I'm not just saying this because she's a big time celebrity and famous, she has talent. And even though she has people who look up to her and kids and everything, that shouldn't allow people to not, live how they want to live. The same goes with Justin Bieber and just all the big people that's coming up that's young and wants to live their life and experience and explore. So this picture, Nicki Minaj, I say go, girl. Do your thing. You do what you do regardless. You said it on the BET Awards. So forget what everyone else is saying and just do you. So with that being said, now I'm going to bring out my first guest for this season of the Marquis Stewart Show. And I'm very honored and pleased to have her because, like I said at the beginning, everyone has a story and it should be heard. So without further ado, give it up for Jessica. Good. So how's LA treating you? How's LA?
Very nice. It's different. I've always lived in small city. Okay, so back home it's not a city per se. It's like a suburb, I guess. And it's just weird being surrounded by tall buildings and stuff, but it's treating me well.
Right. So what made you want to become an actress?
When I was 16, I was diagnosed with depression, and it got really bad to where it led to self-harm. And I eventually got therapy, and a way that I found myself genuinely happy was acting. And I was just able to channel my emotions with it better. So I was like, why not just make it something I can do for the rest of my life?
Right.
That way I'm always happy. I'm never put back in that place that was so dark and really bad.
Right. So what's one thing that you feel like, if there was one thing that you would accomplish before you leave this earth, would it be acting, or what would it be?
I would really love to just change the way society is. I just believe in so much. I believe in women's rights. I believe in gay rights. I believe in so much, and it really breaks my heart that people are so stereotypical about everything.
Right.
Everybody should have a say and a right to do whatever they please. People do it all the time, and I don't understand why people get discriminated about it. I mean, you believe what you believe, and you love who you love, and it's all the same no matter what. We all end up in a hole, the same amount of hole, the same dirt. It doesn't change who you are or what you are. It's your beliefs, and I believe that everybody should have the right to believe whatever they want.
Right. Okay. So I agree with you 100% on that. Do you feel... So I know in today's world, you guys, there's a lot that goes on, like she was saying, because just with different things, gay rights, equal rights, women rights, so forth. Do you believe that some people are hypocrites with how the way society should be? Because a lot of people use the saying a lot, be the change you want to see in the world, but all you really hear about in the media and in the papers, on the news is, people, saying things against of what's going on, but you don't see anyone taking action. So do you feel like you would be the one who, like, in the future, take action and progress and help shaping up this world and the change you want to see?
Yes, I would take action because I will have the resources to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Per se, like right now, I'm not saying that I'm limited or anything. I do, like, I am an activist. Like, if somebody's like, oh, be in my campaign for gay rights, I'm going to do it. Like, back home, I was a spokesperson for a gay campaign. And, I mean, just because I'm not gay, but doesn't mean that I don't believe in gay. Like, I grew up with a gay uncle for, like, 18 years of my life. And seeing, like, it's just, like, it shouldn't change the way that you love a person just because of what they love.
Right.
Like, just because somebody loves somebody of the same gender, it shouldn't affect how you love that person. That doesn't affect anything.
Mm-hmm.
And if people, like, were to see that, like, actually, like, sit down and, like, see how it is, like, it has its own kind of beauty, I guess.
Right.
Because, I mean, true love is true love. Like, you can't help who or what you love. So, like, trying to, like, beat the gay out of people, or telling them that they're wrong, or saying that their beliefs that they don't know what they want is really wrong. And I will definitely take action to change that, because it breaks my heart to see kids that, like, commit suicide just because of who they love, and that their parents or friends don't, accept them
Right.
for who they are. And it's just sad. Like, it should never have been up to that point. And same with women's rights. Like, women get abused a lot more than they deserve to. Like, nobody ever deserves to be treated the way that some people are treated, like being beat every day or being drugged. Like, nobody deserves that, let alone women, who are, like, the backbone of America.
Right.
And the world.
Exactly.
So I would definitely take action to make them the fucking shit.
Exactly. That's okay. That's okay. You just get into it. What Jessica is saying is, because I feel like in today's society, everyone wants to try to fit in, and
they will do anything to fit in.
Exactly. And I'm not going to lie. Being in the positions that I used to be in when I was younger, like, I would try to fit in, but we all go through that. But then as we start realizing and growing this mentality of what, how life should be viewed, it's crazy, because we all know there isn't anyone who's going to think like us. We all know there isn't going to be anyone who feels the same way we do about different things and have the same opinions. But one thing that we can all do is respect one another. That's the key thing, is to respect. It's all about respecting. And once you have that mutual respect for every single person, then everything is going to start to come along of, starting to see and appreciate the way things are different as far as the women abuse and gay rights and different things like that. Because I stand up to gay rights, because, like she said, love is love. You don't discriminate because it's not the same or it's different, But now, let's get on a lighter subject. So let's talk about your family. I really want to know this, because acting is a career in industry where people are like, it's not a very strong career, because you don't, like, it's not steady. Mm-hmm. So is your parents supportive?
Well, growing up, my parents weren't really, like, if I wanted to be an actor or a painter or, just anything in the arts related, they
Right.
didn't approve of, just because, like, they came from Cuba to give my siblings and I a better future, and they don't want us to throw it away on something that isn't worth it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so they always said you either have to be a doctor or a vet or a pediatrician or a construction worker, a lawyer, something that makes good money. So growing up, I was never encouraged to act or to paint or to dance.
Right.
Like, I was never encouraged to do any of that. And then, like I said, going through therapy, I realized that I have to do whatever makes me happy, not what makes my parents happy. And even though I love my parents to death and it's going to hurt them, I have to do what I love.
Right.
And I'm going to make it on top, because I truly believe that I will, because my love is so strong for the art. And so now they totally support me 100%, because they see a difference in myself of how I used to be 2 years ago that I am now. They see the shift in happiness. They see how more independent I am and how I'm changing into a better person because I've accepted acting as a whole and have let it become part of me.
Correct. Well, I can feel that from you. I know you're going to go far. You have that strive. You have the ambitions. I just, it kills me because just like you said, if you have the heart to do something, you're going to make it regardless. In any shape, way, or form you're going to make it. It's just the matter of when. But you don't need to worry about that because all your hard work that you're putting into it is going to pay off. And so, for each is its own. But I have another question for you.
Okay. No problem.
So, a story is a story.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has them.
Mm-hmm.
You've told us a little bit about yourself of, the depression and cutting yourself. I just want to know, is there any other, event that ever took place in your life that was just like a breaking point that was more traumatic than the depression?
Yeah. The whole reason why I became depressed was when I was 10, my grandmother died, and she was like my best friend. She practically raised me, and she was like the one that pushed me to follow my dreams. She supported me wanting to be an actress since I was little. Like, she would see like the light in my eyes of how happy I would get, like being other people and like bringing stories to life. And she always pushed me to like my fullest potential. But then when she passed, I didn't have that support anymore. So I lost it. I didn't know how to cope with her being gone. I didn't have anybody to support me the way that she did. So I was struggling for years and years, like crying myself to sleep every night, and I was never happy. And then when I was 16, it was the worst because I actually went bottom. Like, I was in the bottom of a 30-foot hole, and it just led to harming and cutting, burning, anything. It was really bad. Attempted suicide even. It just got really, really bad. And so then my parents found out, and my sister actually told a teacher at my school, and my teacher, she reached out to me, and she was like, you have to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy because I know you want to do better. I know you want to get better. And I truly did. I just was the type of person that I want the outcome, but I don't want to put work into it. You know what I mean? So then I took my butt to therapy twice a week, and it actually did help a lot. I have actually been therapy-free for 4 months, and I've been self-harm-free for 9 months. So really glad of those numbers. But my senior year of high school, it just went, I was getting better, and then it just went downhill. Because then my other grandmother, she passed. And then I developed a breathing problem. I was diagnosed with anxiety. I was having panic attacks all the time. So much stress with school. I had to miss school a lot because my grandmother passed. And then I just got a disease that nobody knew what it was, and I had to be hospitalized for a couple weeks, and all that together, and missing school and stuff, everything was piling up, and it just it makes you crazy. And then I went back to old habits to self-harming, not eating, binge eating, making myself puke and all that stuff. But then I went back to therapy, I got help, I got better, and so I'm hanging in there.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So I know just going through different things that's hard in life, because no one said life was going to be easy. If only it could be.
So excited to grow up.
Who isn't excited to grow up until you're grown up? But do you ever feel like there would be a point in your life where you will close the door? And when I mean close the door, close the book and open up a new chapter where it's no bad memories at all?
I actually have. Leaving Florida was myself closing an old book. Just in Florida, I felt really suffocated. So many bad memories and so much bad experiences that it it was unhealthy for me to stay there. And then I found out about AMDA, and I was really excited because it's I get to learn more about what I love to do, and I get to grow as a person and have potential to making it a career. So I auditioned, and it was like my first time auditioning for anything. Like I'd never publicly like act in front of anybody. And then when I made it, I was like, holy crap, this is my way out. Like this is my way to happiness. And then like on the plane ride here, it was me closing my book and opening a new one to start my life as an actress in LA.
That's good. That's good. So, is there anything that you want to tell the world, like, or people that watch, just something that's like positive words of wisdom, just based off of your experience in life?
No matter how much of a burden or hopeless or lonely you feel, there always are people there to help you. No matter how shitty or crappy you feel about yourself, people do care no matter how many times you say that you don't. And if you really love something, you go out and you do it because it is possible. Like, I'm living proof. Like, you can get better, you will get better, but you have to believe that you will. Because if you say like, oh my god, I want to get better, but then, oh my gosh, I don't want to do the work, then obviously you're not. Like, you need to want it so badly that you actually like go ahead and do it for yourself. Because being hurt and sad, it doesn't harm anybody but yourself. And like, you honestly need to like love yourself because you are who matters most. No matter what anybody says, you always put yourself first. And if anybody ever says that that's being selfish, spit in their face, because it's not true. You are only supposed to care about yourself. You only matter to yourself, and you are number one before anybody. Always put yourself first before anybody else. Like, it took me forever to learn that, and I promise you, it's the best thing you can do. Stop worrying about what others think and just be who you are. Because who you are unique and beautiful and perfect, and there's nobody who can take that away from you. No matter how beat down they make you feel. Like, never, always positive stuff. Like, I learned in therapy that no matter how negative a situation is, there always is a positive side. Always. So you have to always, if you ever find yourself like in a really negative situation, always look for the positive, because there always will be a positive, and I guarantee that will help you and push you to do better in everyday life.
Yes. Couldn't have said it better. Very inspiring, beautiful young lady, going to be very successful.
Thank you.
Remember this face, actress Jessica, last name?
Osorio.
Osorio, Jessica Osorio. So before we end this talk show and this segment, if your grandma was here, I know she'll be proud because I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Is there anything that you would say to her if she was here in living flesh?
Yeah, I would thank her for believing in me always and pushing me to do better. And I would also apologize for the way that I handled things with her being gone. The way that I handled coping with her loss and my depression and self-harm, it got too out of hand, and I shouldn't have let it get to that point. But you can't, like, if you're dealing with depression and self-harm, like, you can't beat yourself up for it. You just have to accept it. Like, I've accepted it. I flash off my scars all the time. Like, I tell people my story because I truly believe that my story can help other people do better, and I truly believe that. And I would just, if my grandmother was here, I would just thank her for being her and believing in me and encouraging me to be myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. So I want to thank you.
Thank you.
For allowing me to talk to you.
No problem. Thanks
And
for the opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. And letting your story be heard.
No problem.
So, you guys, before I end this, I just want to say, like I said before, everyone has a story. And Jessica Osorio is a prime example. She has a story. She's letting it be heard. And she's going after what she loves. And she's letting her story be heard. You know, I get down and out when I hear stories of people killing themselves and taking their own life just because of someone else. You know, you only get one life, so let's live it up, cherish it.
Make it count. You only get one shot.
Yes, and do what you want to do. Like she said, you know yourself better than anyone else. So
don't live your life trying to please other people, because it will honestly beat you down and you will hate yourself for it, and you won't regret anything else other than that. You will regret not going after what you want. Your happiness is the most important thing in this world, and that's what you should go after always.
Yeah.
always should be your number one priority.
Number one and nevertheless. So stay strong, you guys. Be positive, and each day is a step closer to your dreams. Thank you for watching the Marquis Stewart Show.
Bye.